What say you?
On the up and up.
What is?
3.4 now.
Oh, great. Went up 0.8. That's awesome.
Was it at 1.8?
It was 2.6, I think. You know what
Oh,
is?
no, this is what it was.
1.5. Oh, that Google thing.
On Google.
That I didn't even know existed.
What the fuck is IGN smoking?
They got that cash, brother.
So does they.
They got that cash money. That fucking Bob Iger bread, son.
All right.
Getting paid.
Fuck around.
Getting straight mouse paid.
Let's fuck.
Paid by the mouse in the house.
Man, this show's really bad unless someone comes in with some cash. Hint, hint. Mickey, bitch. Let's get it.
Review bomb your shit.
I'm gonna. Your shit sucks, bro.
What are you?
Gonna do it. I don't know. Should you do it?
Oh, yeah. Chat. I always forget about the chat. God damn it.
They're really mad now.
What's up, Rambus?
What's going on, Rambo?
Welcome. All right.
I can't believe I've never called you Rambo. That's your name from now on. We got turkey sandwich, Rambo.
First blood.
Rambo, fucko. We got.
Okay,
Hey,
kids.
they rhyme.
Let's go.
Here we go.
All
And
the,
let's go.
All the O's. Fucking Cheerios. Let's go.
Go. Oh,
Go Power Rangers.
Hello?
Hello, what have we here?
You guys are so funny.
We should throw some Spaceballs in the theme.
Thanks, C3P.
In the theme or in the soundboard?
Out of order.
Hello there.
What?
Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy.
It's not. It's an average day.
It's a good day, actually.
No, it's
here,
beautiful out. We're gonna talk about weather squadron. Let's do it.
there was
It's
two clouds.
beautiful.
2 clouds today. Outside of that, fucking let's get it.
It's beautiful. Cut my grass for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Hurt my back. I am a dad now. Hurt my back. That's good.
Yeah, that's step 2.
It's, great. I should have went back to step 0.
Have child, hurt back.
Child hurt back.
Next is pay taxes and death.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Oh man, I feel weird about our show recording date happening one day before the Acolyte because I feel like everything I think about something, the next day the episode comes out and I'm like, hang on a second, were we too harsh? Were we assholes?
No.
Do we like Star Wars? Is this fucking show still happening?
I have had that thought,
I stand by what I said.
but I think it's nice for personal levels. So like we can chat about it, and then tomorrow it's a little more refreshed because we just got done bitching about whatever or talking. I mean, in general, just talking about stuff. So
Yeah.
But
But then you forget what happened last week.
the other thing is like if you're watching live
Hi.
with us,
Spoilers.
hi, hey guys, you can watch live on all your streaming.
Spoilers.
When you watch it tomorrow, you can be like, oh yeah, Mopar was right about everything.
Since we do predict everything and should be writing everything, you can correlate that when you watch the show tomorrow. Episode 6 comes out tomorrow of The Acolyte. We're talking about The Acolyte, everyone. Star Wars.
Hey, we got some lightsaber action. We'll get into it. The most recent episode was a glaring right turn from where we've been.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and say it saved a fucking thing, but it was very special to watch.
Oh, no. It does not excuse the first 4 episodes by any means, but it was nice to not be pissed.
You know, without spoiling anything, because I know you haven't seen House of the Dragon season 2 yet.
Yeah. Sorry.
They know how to start a season.
Of course they do.
And I'm not going to even tell you how it made me feel or anything. I just like walked out of there like, God damn.
It's almost like they wrote a TV show for TV and then put it on the TV.
Dude, they know how to do stuff, and we've already talked about the first 4 episodes. Let's get into the fucking 5th one. So it was called episode 4 was called Day,
and this was called Night.
Night. Glaring difference.
Mm-hmm.
Not only in what actually happens in the action and all the murderous, but
many murderers.
obviously Day versus Night, but also the happy dancing came to a quick fucking halt.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see, and maybe they'd set us up for that a little bit. I mean, it's called Day and Night, so there was some type of planning. So maybe they do you think they had thought that out, that, hey, they're going to watch episode 4 and be like, not that we're going to be upset, but we're going to be like, and like no one ever gets hurt, no one ever dies. And then they're like, watch this, bitch.
I was thinking about that. And if they did, it still is not a good justification.
I mean,
there's a way for me to be unprepared for the action and the death and destruction without having episode 4 just be like dead stop boring.
Yeah.
It's not like it got me into a false sense of security. It was like, this episode is boring. Nothing is happening. So I don't know if they would make a bad episode on purpose and then just to kind of hit you over the side of the head with like all the action in the next one.
But it's also like,
I don't think so.
I mean, episode 5 made me care about the bad guy, and we find out who it is, and the actor's fucking perfect for what they're trying to convey.
He was awesome.
It is perfect.
Yes.
So does it say something that my 2 favorite actors of the series are in most of that episode? Soul is great. I'll say good. Soul's good, and then the bad guy seems great. And I actually watch a little snippet. I don't know. It might have been mine on TikTok or whatever. But the guy playing the bad guy, what's the bad guy's name?
Chimere.
But
I don't know if he has like a Darth name.
Yeah.
Name.
So the guy playing Chimere was kind of just like a quick snippet of, this is how I got into it. And he's like, I just wanted to be almost like foreign and alien he said I was just really still.
Yeah.
And direct with my actions, as opposed to like being laid back or even aggressive. He just like felt very non-human.
Yeah,
which
he
I
didn't
was like,
feel like he was
conveyed.
seething with hatred.
Yes.
Like you would see in like a Darth Maul or something.
Yeah.
He was, and it was actually, I'm glad I didn't see that clip, but I'm glad you mentioned that because it's almost more sinister seeing somebody that's like that calm and measured. And like, yeah, he's killing everybody, but like he's not in the heat of the moment making mistakes. He's like, this is what I do and we're fucking doing it.
Who does that remind you of? Goddamn Darth Sidious.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, Palpatine.
He's just going to laugh at you standing right in your face.
Master Yoda.
What? I'm going to slice you up, bitch. I thought it was great.
It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, he's my favorite character in the show so far.
I mean,
for sure.
I
hard to
doubt
really...
anybody on Earth is saying anything else.
Oh, I guarantee a lot of people are.
No, not a single person.
You'd be surprised.
I like the dead Wookiee.
That is still not excused. Not excused.
Is it weird that, was it May? May was in there that found him dead? Because she was going to kill him. She finds him and then still shows no emotion.
She's scared because she knows that her Acolyte is here. Or
her master. But I feel like
Teacher.
there should be, I don't know, maybe I blacked out. I don't know.
You might have.
Just don't remember most of it.
You talking about the end of episode 4?
Dayman.
Ha ha ha.
That was, don't ever do that.
I don't have that on the soundboard, unfortunately. You know about the end of episode 4?
I'm just saying in general, like there's so much stuff happening. The acting's not great, and I'm not even blaming the actors per se, because what they're saying is stupid. Maybe even the director's directions. Like the director's like, no, say it this way. Like you, as an actor, you have to, they're the one painting the picture. You're there as a brush.
I think it
to paint
depends.
the picture.
I think a lot of times a good director will be like, lean into what the actor is doing to make the character come to life, even if it's not like exactly what's in the script. I don't know. I wouldn't say that happened on this production, but I'm saying watching a bunch of behind the scenes and documentaries and stuff, that definitely is something that I hear a lot.
Yeah.
Like when Heath Ledger as the Joker starts going down this road, you fucking let him go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a
but I don't think that happened here.
It's a checks and balances thing. I'm assuming, because some actors you're like, yeah, just let them go, and some you're like, no, you're fucking this all up.
Yeah.
Just stop doing whatever the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, I would be curious to see how they handle that on set. Yeah, documentaries about filmmaking or like behind the scenes of a movie, they always talk about kind of like the more exciting and like the good stuff. It'd be fun to see a scene behind the scenes, behind the camera of like something just really going to shit and like trying to salvage it.
That's what I would love to see. anything. Like people posing ideas and just immediately getting shot down. You're like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. We're not putting that in my fucking movie. You're fired. Get out of here.
Get off my set. I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acting is it's mid.
It is mid. And even Soul being one of my favorites, he kind of fell down a notch. It feels so slow. And he's like, it's almost like he's playing dumb. Like obviously he's in like denial and like there's a bit of regret. And I know he's trying to convey that, but it doesn't come off right a lot of times. I'm like, I'll tell you back in the ship and you're like,
they did it again, dude.
Did they really?
I think so. They didn't say it. I'll tell you back at the ship, but that same thing happened again. I'll explain everything soon.
Oh, because
they actually do go back to the ship. The sisters switched spots at the end.
Yeah. How do you feel about the Parent Trap stuff?
I thought that was really nice. I mean, we'll see what happened. Obviously, we haven't seen them interact yet.
Right. I thought it was I don't know. I have mixed feelings, is what I'm going to say.
It's cool for Soul to think that he has OSHA and he's going to spill the beans. And May's going to hear it from his mouth for the first time. But homeboy, Kymir, knows that it's not May.
Yeah. But
so now he's like, May sucks. She kept trying to run away and fucking betray me. Let's see what OSHA has. Maybe she'll turn to the dark side.
Yeah.
So if they switch spots, I mean, that could make for some actual interesting plot development.
Well, and they did what we told them to do, and they used a force link and started talking to each other.
They watched our podcast. They went back into the editing bay, fixed this fucking episode, then put it back out.
Editing Bay 94.
All within 12 hours. Yeah.
All within my hands.
What?
They did. That was some of the best lightsaber dueling action I have ever seen.
Ever.
In all of Star Wars.
Ever. I don't care. Ever. Episode 3's been at the fucking peak for so fucking long. And some stuff gets close, like episode 1, Maul's really fun.
I liked a lot of the stuff in the sequels, but it was a totally different type.
Yeah. I did not, but I can appreciate it.
Yeah, but it doesn't compare in terms of like choreography, acrobatics. It's a totally different style.
No, this but everything in the Acolyte fights felt like there was a reason behind it. They had all of the fluid movements that Kymir was doing felt like he was playing chess with his lightsaber. Like he was doing this flip, killing that guy because he knew this guy was coming up behind him. So it all felt reasonable. Not just, hey, let's swing our... Because that's where episode 3 kind of fell into, where let's just swing our lightsabers around.
Yeah, about
as fast as
2/3 of the way
possible.
through, they're jumping over lava and stuff. And it's a very long fight in Revenge of the Sith. So it does kind of start to pale by the end.
Yeah. But, man, is it fucking flashy. This one, dude, and the brutality that he... Like, he didn't only kill people... He like mocked them as he killed them, and that's why Soul was just like crumbling. Like not only is he actually killing these people, he's doing it with a smile on his face, and just like
Oh,
what?
because he's got a smile on his mask.
Yeah, dude, he was as deadly with his fucking words as he was with his fucking saber.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple high points. When he kills Jecki.
Yeah.
When he does not just stab, not just fucking 2, 3, and they're fucking bop, 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 bop. You're like, God, what the fuck was that? That was murderous. And then he, Soul screams, she was only like fucking 12. And he's like, bitch, you brought her here.
Exactly.
And I'm like, oh!
Dude, his clapbacks at Soul were perfect.
This is a war zone.
Like, you brought this child here. What the fuck do you want?
You stole the child and then
Stole a child.
You stole the child, then trained her to fight, and then brought her into a fight. And she got fucked.
That's what happens sometimes.
Next, I wouldn't have killed her if you didn't bring her, you dumb fuck.
Right, exactly.
And
Would've
Soul
killed
was just
someone else.
crumble. Everything he was speaking was truths.
Dude, I know. And he was like, what kind of master doesn't show his face to their apprentice? And Kymer's like, you tell me.
Yeah.
That hit me. That hit me with it. I got some chills on that one. That was really good.
Yeah, there was some great dialogue because it was really testing what Soul, well, and just, of course, the Jedi, but what Soul truly believes. He thinks they're doing the right thing. Even though he may have fucked up back in the day, he still is a Jedi training these fucks. He still went and tried to get May and Osha, and he's still living the life. Regardless of the one fuckery.
He's acting as if he's doing the right thing.
Right. Continuing to do the right thing, yeah.
Not that it undoes what he did in the past.
And JJ Rambo, thank you. That was the other thing I was going to bring up. Not only did he kill Yord, he fucking snapped his neck, and I was like, what am I watching? This is awesome. The more Jedi die, the better I like Star Wars.
Exactly. Yeah, dude, he really did manhandle Yord. That was crazy.
Also, just like Yord like stood his ground a couple times, and I'm like, okay, there you are, Jedi Knight.
Right.
Like he blocked, I think Jeki from being murdered, or one of them from being murdered. It's like a downward strike, and he flew in there and blocked it. I was like, hey, look at you doing something. And then snap, I'm like, hey, look at you dying.
Dude, yeah, Yord, I'm gleeful that everyone's dead. And not in like a weird, cruel way. I'm just like, the happy dancing is over.
We're getting some, yeah.
And it plagues too many, not even just Star Wars shows, just too many shows. Which is like, they have plot armor, you know? They can never die.
So this is the difference. This is the difference between just Jedi dying and making it mean something. So we knew right up front from the trailer, someone's hunting Jedi. Yes, we know. First thing we see, there's a Jedi that dies. We know that's going to happen. We don't know that the fucking psychopath is just going to manhandle 10, 12 Jedi, reveal himself, talk shit, not even just shit, speak truths and really test everything. Yeah. So all of these murders meant something now to Soul. Soul, in a weird way, everybody was being murdered left and right. His entire fucking party that went forth.
They ventured forth into death.
They were all being murdered, and he
auto-saved before he got into the fight.
He doesn't show anything. Everybody's being murdered.
He does
Jedi.
Once Jeki dies, finally.
Well, yeah.
And he taps Darkseid, fucking almost decapitates the boy.
Yeah, which he should have.
Well...
I'm just saying. But then would he have fallen into that? Maybe.
Exactly. He would have taken his place. Not as a Sith, but as a Jedi who finally snapped out of all this is pretty much bullshit. Let me just go out thing.
That's why I have such great respect for Mace Windu. He can like go down that path and then just climb out of it. And he's like, no, I'm still a Jedi. I just murder fuckers. I don't give a shit.
Sometimes you got to murder, dude.
Sometimes
you got to murder.
Purple.
It's also symbolic. So yeah, it was an awesome fucking fight scene. But there's symbolism in that Soul brings 12 Jedi to this planet thinking that I'm doing the right thing. You know, we're cops. People aren't going to stand up to us.
They see the numbers.
We're going to find these twins.
They see the numbers. They're going to be scared of us.
We're on this mission and everything's cool. So it's like all of Soul's ideals of what he thinks he is just crumbling to the ground in front of him.
Let me ask you this. I just thought of this.
Don't.
So I see some poetry between
that keeps happening.
The Sith, the Brotherhood of Sith during Darth Bane, where there was thousands and thousands of Sith, and the issue was not one person wielded the power. It was kind of muddy, it was like a diluted force.
Yep.
I feel like they're applying what that meant to the Jedi now, where it's just like, we'll walk up, everybody has a saber, no one's gonna fuck with us. And then when it comes to the nitty and gritty, everybody's fuckable. I mean, in that everybody can get it, but
get after it.
But Soul was the only one actually prepared.
Correct.
to stand his ground and do what needs to be done. Everybody else fell.
Well, because he did something that was fucked up. I feel like even though whatever he did was bad, he has some sort of
Understanding.
life and real world
Yeah.
experience that makes him understand the larger galaxy. Because you got to think those Jedi, put aside the whole kidnapping kids thing for a second. They're raised in the temple from day one.
Yeah.
It's almost like a prince or something, you know?
Yeah.
That grows up in the castle, like fucking, you could take Jon Snow or Robb Stark or something,
Yeah.
that are trained by the best, but they're behind these walls and they're always safe.
Yeah.
So their first encounter with the real world is going to be a test. Either they survive and now they can base their future actions off of that, or they fucking die.
Well, it's always
And
that.
Soul's done that. The other Jedi have not, I don't think.
Yeah, it's always that one of the learning hurdles when in that situation is always, well, you didn't follow the rules. In battle, there are no fucking rules.
Exactly.
This is the real world, fuck. I win because I'm standing above you with my sword in your face.
That's why I love Chimere. And that's kind of in Star Wars, like the closest we've gotten to like a Ramsay Bolton or something.
Yeah.
Where who's someone that comes along and breaks every rule and still beats them and just shows them that like the rules are off the table. You have to adapt.
Yeah, it doesn't
or I'm
matter.
gonna kill you all.
Yeah. Well,
He's not torturing anyone, at least not yet. Maybe he will. We'll see
Well.
what happens.
everybody that got stabbed.
Sliced, baby.
They're also showing the I saw like a side by side comparison of the people that were getting when I think it was of Darth Maul, where Darth Maul got cut in half and he technically lived, and then it showed the little gash from what the Wookiee got, and it was like just like a 6-inch
I know, and on a fucking Wookiee.
on a Wookiee. Yeah,
Stupid.
but you don't know how they actually died, but whatever.
Now, like let me go back to that for a second. The idea of them hunting down and trying to rescue this Jedi only to realize that they're too late, he's already dead, and the bad guy's behind them. The idea of that is cool. I just hate that they teased our first Wookiee Jedi on screen, and that was the character that they did that with. Like, if that was just another, generic... If fucking Torben was not sitting meditating in the air drinking poison, and if that was him in that position, that would have been a lot more interesting. But then I still want to see the Wookiee Jedi fight.
Yeah, it's almost like what I was thinking is what's the bad guy's name? Sorry. Chimere.
I think.
It's almost like Chimere didn't know where the Wookiee was, so he was just like following the Jedi to the Wookiee.
Or following May to the Wookiee, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a lot of things going through my head like as we lay stuff out. Yeah,
Some things are going to become more clear on a rewatch or like looking back on these couple episodes once we know the entire arc by the season finale. I think it will make more sense there. But
Well,
it's
of
still just
course.
not an excuse to...
fuck around for 4 episodes.
I just don't think... Yes. Slow burn this and that. Like, Andor was a slow burn. This, I wouldn't say is...
We were getting somewhere.
It's trying
in
to be
there.
a slow burn. But they're going about it wrong. I don't know. Just write for TV. I feel like that's the glaring problem. Just write like it's a TV show because it's a fucking TV show. And if it's not, then just put it out as a movie or a 2-part movie or just fucking don't do that.
Yeah, this does still feel like a movie. It feels like a movie, yeah. Is this as bad? So with episode 5,
As bad.
is this with episode 5 included? Is this as bad, better, or worse than Boba?
I still think Boba is a little bit worse. After even everything that we've complained about and everything that we've been through. I still feel like Boba Fett is just slightly worse. I mean,
Yeah.
they're neck and neck pretty much. I'm not here sitting touting this one too high, but I'm talking about like a 3.9 and a 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wonder because I agree. I don't think this is like the saving episode. Now all of a sudden it's great.
We'll see what they do tomorrow.
It has given me a lot more hope, and I'm glad that we didn't shut the door personally after watching episode 4 because I know the podcast after that we bitched a lot, and rightful. That was some shitty content.
Yes, that was a bad episode.
When episode 5 happened and we, the production still wasn't phenomenal. There was some bad editing. Some of the voiceover shit. I think I sent you guys. Did you hear the guy's his voice change?
I think they did it on purpose.
That's what I thought. And then someone else said no. I think they cut over it because I think our buddy Kevin said there was some quotes that
They like to fix it.
That Soul's mouth wasn't matching his audio, and I'm like, fuck, really?
Well, they do that a lot. They re-record lines that
I
they
know.
got fucked up, and it might not be perfect.
I don't.
Some
I
of the
don't-
cuts were weird.
I assumed it was on where his voice and like I was like, what the fuck was that?
It's getting
Like,
dark side savagery, dude.
yeah,
That's what I
just indigestion.
A little bit, dude. Yeah, he stopped at fucking Chipotle on the way over. I was trying to think of a better restaurant. I don't know. Some of the cuts were weird. You know, they do a lot in Star Wars. They'll do those wipes where they'll like kind of circle zoom in or like swipe the screen from left to right. That's one of my favorite parts about the editing in Star Wars. But they were doing it like in between fight scenes.
Yeah,
And I was like, this is jarring. This is weird.
there was one of them that I noticed, which if to notice it means that's an issue.
Right.
Because usually like I noticed the fun ones where like you said the ones you specified, but there was one that I think was a swipe that I was like that came out of nowhere and now
Right.
we're all of a sudden it's like we turned around. Like why did you put a swipe?
Exactly. Like they're trying to soften the any sort of jarring editing from like going between three different little duels at the same time. But I don't think you need that. I mean,
Dude,
how many Star Wars movies have had like that sort of little finale where there's like 5 things happening? You can just cut around it. Oh shit, what's going on?
Hello there.
dude,
Tell me about it.
when Jackie uses dual blade
Dude, that was
and
awesome.
holds it like fucking Ahsoka 100 years. I'm like, oh fuck! And all of a sudden, I like you.
That
Let's
was
do
awesome.
this shit. And then you saw
And the way it comes together too, like he shorts it out and she's like, wait, I have the Wookiees. Boom.
yeah.
Fucking sweet.
And then when Chimere, his comes apart too, and I'm like, oh
Yes.
my fucking god, this is cool. Look! It's right there.
Why?
It's weird shit. It's why do I care? I don't know. It looks cool. It's different. I understand. Not that I personally understand, but being a big Star Wars fan, I know how difficult it is to dual wield. So it just like when Jackie did it, I was like, dude, plus fucking 10 badassery for you. Because very few people can do that
And a little Anakin episode 2 as well.
against a fucking unknown foreign freak assassin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're using another Jedi's lightsaber. It's not even both
And it's
yours.
a Wookiee, so it's probably 3 times the size of you.
Dude, it was great.
She's
And
a tiny little Padawan.
yeah, but she was badass. Even her fight against the fist fight against May inside the next to
Yeah.
the dead Wookiee, I was like, dude, this is fun all of a sudden.
She brought it all out, dude.
It didn't feel the May fight, the hand-to-hand combat in the very first episode, the very first murder.
Yeah.
That was clunky to me. I hated it. It just didn't connect. The hand-to-hand combat that happened in the Wookiee hut, I was like, I'm down for this.
Yeah.
There's force pushes and stuff. I mean, God, I don't know what it is because the force pushes happened in the other one too. It was different. I liked the episode 5 one.
It was better. And when Soul lost his, he was beating the shit out of him. And Force kicked him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was awesome, man.
Dude, the other one that I saw. This is what happens, guys. You give us some shit.
excited.
Hello there.
Chimere stabs a fucker and then Force pulls another fucker into it. I'm like,
Yes,
sign me
dude.
where has this been?
Yes.
I mean, not even in this season.
Yeah.
Not even in the series. Where has this been in Disney Star Wars? If
Even-
Kylo Ren did that, my dick would still be hard.
Still is.
I love Kylo
Kylo Ren.
my favorite. But it's like, oh my god, it's
He had a couple cool moves. But yeah,
God,
it's nice
just-
when they can add one new little, not a new force power, but like a new move that we've never seen before
an interesting way
to open shit.
to open a Jedi's heart.
To open his bowels.
Yeah, that force pull, because
It
I
was
felt
gnarly,
like
man.
I was
Really
already,
good.
my jaw had already hit the ground. Like, this guy's flipping around doing shit. This is awesome.
He's fighting
And
for
then
once.
when he does some shit that is like, I'm not even,
There's too many of them.
oh my god, they're all dead. Yes, Keegs, we know. Can it redeem itself? No.
No,
We were
it
just saying
doesn't
that.
redeem the show, but I know you were giving up, and we were kind of talking like we were giving up last week after episode 4. I would at least watch 5.
Oh, yeah.
At least watch it.
Yeah.
You just pretend you're watching the lightsaber fight on YouTube.
Dude, rewatch it.
It's fucking sweet.
Rewatch it. It's the only one that I plan on ever rewatching. If I go back to
For
this
now,
series, barring something crazy ridiculous that makes everything else make sense, which I doubt, this is the episode I'm going to start it with. Like, let's say the rest of the season is fucking phenomenal. It's this is the launching point, and it just gets crazier. I'm fine, but this is where I'm going to start.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch from episode 5 through 8.
The only other one that I would consider is 3, just for some backstory. Maybe there's something there with May. Like, I'm assuming this May and OSHA stuff is going to be a long-going thread, even beyond this series. I'm assuming an Acolyte will be found and will be named. There will eventually be some type of movie or even a season 2 that the Acolyte kills old boy, Chimera.
Chimera.
Chimera's a metal band from Ohio.
I know. And then takes a spot and goes to the next one?
Why not? The dyad that they've created, these forced girls, is too good to just do it in a show, and that's it.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. If
The
you're going to go that
idea of
far,
it or them two specifically?
no, the idea, the storyline's too good to just drop it.
Well, they can't do a dyad every fucking week.
That's my point. If you're going to go that far and say these are forced Jesuses.
That's why I was asking you. May and OSHA should continue on.
They
for a
should
couple
continue
seasons.
on. Yes, that's what I'm
I
saying.
meant.
This is too good of a storyline for them to, at the end of Acolyte, be like, "Oh, that was a story of OSHA." No, you have to. There's got to be fucking video games. There's got to be a season 2.
There ain't.
They can't. They have to. They have to.
If they kept Battlefront 2 alive, we could be playing as Chimera right now on Naboo in Battlefront 2. Missed opportunity.
He was fucking wicked. I'm
He was
still.
great. Let's talk about him. Whatever you're going to say, and then let's talk about some theories.
his Wonder Woman wrists that he was using.
What?
Cortosis.
The Corto, dude, badass.
Thank you, Alex,
Weird.
Star Wars Explained, because I forgot about that word.
Yeah, the Cortosis.
That's what fucking Darth Bane was mining on this planet, right?
That's what. Well, he had some fucking shellfish.
No, but that's what he was. Wasn't he mining that?
He was mining
At the
Cortosis
beginning?
on. I forget the name of the.
Corban.
No, it wasn't. But
Coruscant.
no,
Tatooine.
Cortosisville.
What?
Yeah, Cortosis is.
It fucks him up,
Fuck, you can't cut it with a lightsaber.
which is so cool.
That's why it's so hard to mine. That's why Bane became Bane. Because the hydraulic jacks or whatever he was using, they wore out in a day because the shit that he was mining was so fucking hard, and lasers didn't do enough damage or to cut it out. So
Should have lightsabers.
should just use the Force. Force mine.
So, Chimera calls himself a Sith,
No,
but I don't.
no, he didn't.
Well, yeah, he didn't say I am a Sith. Soul asks him who he is, and he says, "You have called me, or you have referred to me as." or
I
something."
am what you would refer as a Sith.
Right.
He didn't even say, I am one. I'm not, he just said, just picture me as that.
Pretend I am Sith.
Is he?
Because
Maybe.
I don't think he is. Now, one of the first things I thought of, and the theory that seems to be going around and be popular now after a week, is Knights of Ren.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think it's possible that they could play this long game because the shit's not set up anymore. The Old Republic doesn't exist.
The Republic doesn't exist out here.
So the Sith being a species doesn't exist in the Star Wars universe anymore. The red beings.
At least not. I mean, that was long enough ago that we wouldn't even be in that territory anyways, right?
Right, but it's still not canon. So we can't say, hey, because my theory was maybe what he's referring to is saying, well, you would probably refer to me as a Sith, but I'm technically not, because prior to the Acolyte in Disney's eyes, maybe the Sith were only the species. And that's where he would say, clearly I'm not, but you can refer to me as.
I ain't red, bitch.
Because, yeah, I took their bread and ate it, and that's where I
Took the
learned.
bread and butter. And you put it in my lightsaber. I want it.
Stop most of that. Stop it.
Shrimp sabers.
Shrimp kebab.
Yeah, I think Knights of Ren is the most.
But what?
If he is a named something, I feel like Knights of Ren makes the most sense.
The other thing
He
that
could very well just be like a former Jedi or someone that was Force sensitive and like learned the Jedi ways and is just kind of pissed. But he seemed to have a bit of a vendetta.
Well, Soul says you seem familiar, and even Chimera, whatever fuck, says you don't remember me. They say that.
I missed that.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you. That's what happened.
What?
So
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he says what?
I thought he said like it seems familiar, like you fought like a Jedi or something.
That's what he led up to that. He said, "What? You don't remember me? You seem familiar." Something along those lines. So they know each other. Maybe in a past life. Maybe. How old was Soul when he was kidnapped as a kid?
0.5.
25.
Past light speed. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Are they in Wikipedia yet? All these motherfuckers?
Shit. I don't know.
I'm not going to look it up.
I wouldn't
It's not
care.
gonna happen.
I don't care enough to.
I am going to have to go rewatch this episode, though, because I missed that.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, that episode really is like
That's what Star
right when
Wars
you
is
think
supposed to do.
right when you think the murdering's over, it just keeps happening, and you're like, dude, what the are they? I assumed Yord or Jackie was gonna die. I did not think both.
Right.
I mean, all the other throwaway ones, fine, whatever. I assume, yeah.
We kind of figured
If someone's gonna die, it's gonna be all those nameless ones.
Yeah.
To cut it down to just Soul now, Soul and well, now it's with May. I was like,
And she's not even a Jedi. So, yeah, it literally is just Soul. What are they going to say when he gets back to base? You lost your whole squadron, dude. You're fucking...
Here's 30 more.
Here's timeout.
Here's timeout.
No, he's going to... Here's what I think is going to happen next episode. If he goes back to Coruscant, they're going to have to bring him in front of the High Council to explain what the fuck is going on.
They're not going to believe him.
And now we're going to see Yoda, I think, and see whoever the fuck else is fucking around. You think Mace Windu's 300 years old? Mace
No.
Windu going to
No.
cameo? I know,
No.
I'm just kidding. I know. But I think he will have to do that, and maybe they kick him out. Maybe they put him on fucking suspension or something.
What if Soul is the Acolyte?
I was actually thought that while you were going on a fucking rant earlier. Not the current Acolyte, but I thought maybe by the end of the season, he gets so irritated and disenfranchised with the Jedi that he becomes the Acolyte.
Yeah.
Not maybe of Chimera, maybe he kills Chimera, and then Chimera's master appears and is like, "Oh, you have done well," and then takes Soul under his wing.
Just a fucking Plagueis floating in.
Exactly. Because I don't think Chimera, if there is like a big bad, I don't think it's Chimera. I think he is fucking around on the side trying to get an Acolyte, but he's still the apprentice. That's what I thought of.
I think that makes sense, and that's why it's not going to happen.
If we go, fuck you. If we go,
No,
the Sith way of things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So there's supposed to be only two. I think he's the apprentice, and he's starting to break the rule too, and he's fucking around. If we go the Knights Ren side of things, obviously that doesn't matter at all.
Why does he need an Acolyte as a Knight of Ren?
Maybe he's trying to. Maybe they need more people in their ranks. There's only 4 of them. They're getting lonely, jerking each other off. They need some more people in the squad.
Could it be brand new?
Fucking brand new. Again?
Not everybody dark side is Sith. Maybe that's the mold they're trying to break.
For sure, which is cool. I appreciate it.
And
Or,
the Knights
respect it.
Knights of Ren is a fine thing to like bet on. It'd be nice to see something else though out there, like the witches, for example, that didn't come to fruition. If there is another group of Force users that the Jedi like came, picture
it
this though.
wouldn't be that rare. You're right. It wouldn't be that rare.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. Just saying.
That's what I'm waiting for. What are you gonna say?
Good. Go then.
Good. Go then. Fine. Do it. I will.
This is a good episode. It was fine.
It makes us think. I had some interesting thoughts after the
Force push.
What?
After the end of episode 4 of the Force push.
No, after the end of episode 3. I'm talking about like the show on a whole. I had some interesting like theories and thoughts about backstory and lore after episode 3 with all the space witches. The other 3 episodes, there wasn't a moment where I was like, "Oh man, I wonder if that's that," and I'm coming up with these theories and everything. If a Star Wars show's not making me do that, it's a bit of a problem because that's one of the main things.
Yeah.
As you're watching it, so I'm glad that this one really had that going in spades.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Because if we're
That's
not,
why I said
we're
it,
spending
dude.
our time and
That's
energy.
Why I said it.
We're spending our time and energy in this. Whether it's spent bitching
Spending
about
my
your
money.
dog shit episode,
Yeah.
or we can spend time about, hey, you put something interesting on screen. Where's it going to go? We're going to spend all of our time and energy on that.
Yes.
But up till,
You make it good.
honestly, the episode 5, there has been nothing to talk about. The witches, even the witches that you showed, aren't like some ancient witches. They said, hey, we got together 2 months ago. These are our first children. So I'm like, okay. So there's no historical value here.
Right.
Where did these, where did
The
they come
secret
from?
coven goes back generations. No.
See, that would have been so cool. And I would have been like, well, where does that start? And where does it go? And how do they pick,
We
the
broke
pecking
off
order?
of the witches from Dathomir and started our own
Right.
thing.
Well, and that's what I was thinking is
Not that
maybe.
everything has to be related, but whatever.
Right. But maybe
Everyone is related.
that's where my mind went with this. If it's not the Knights of Ren, maybe these witches are a part of a greater collective. And at the top of that collective is Chimere and his master or whatever is going on. And maybe they plant these seeds around because they are looking for acolytes or people strong enough to take the reign.
Yeah.
Those that aren't strong enough, join those witches. Oh, do what you need to do. Let me know if you can fucking create a child real quick. Outside of that, don't call me.
Take care of this really, really difficult force ritual that no one's ever been able to do. I got an interesting idea. Maybe this could be... It's probably not going to happen because I think it sounds cool, but we'll see. What if there's people that get hip to the fact that the Jedi are stealing children? Like somebody, like a parent or something. Their kid's force sensitive. The Jedi come. They're a year and a half old. They take them, and the parent is not happy about it. Even if they get paid or permission, they end up regretting it. Like if you give your child up for adoption and then you try to go find them after the fact and cause problems because you made a mistake and you missed them. Like what if there's like a little sect of people that start to figure out where the Jedi are going next to get kids and try to get there first and take the kid, and they're doing this little,
Side hustle.
rogue side hustle of
You're not allowed to steal children, so we're going to steal
take
them
the
first.
children and put them in jail so you can't get to them, and then we'll let them out. But if they're just training people that are force sensitive before the Jedi have a chance to get to them,
It's fucked regardless. It is.
What?
It is.
like the concept of it's fucked up.
Yeah. Like,
Well, yeah,
why can't
duh.
people just be born and be force sensitive and live with their families?
Because, dude, if they're fucking dangerous, they'll accidentally get pissed at their cousin and let a snake out of the zoo, just like fucking wizards.
Just like, yeah, hairy dicks.
What?
It's just, I mean, it is. Because it's untrained. Because then you hit puberty and you get emotional and someone pisses you off and you accidentally like fucking blow up the planet.
But isn't that
They
the
don't
whole
talk about
But
that,
isn't that the whole point? Like to like as a Jedi, they deny all of those feelings. So when it does happen, they fucking freak because they've never dealt with that.
Well, it usually
the
doesn't.
loss, the hardship, all that stuff. And I think that's where this like happy dance mentality is just, we see it crumble. We see it later on.
Yeah.
But it's never going to work.
Well, we also the stories in Star Wars that we do see about the Jedi are when those kind of things happen. But as they've said, it's been prosperous, happy republic for the past couple hundred years.
Well, yeah.
It could have easily been all happy dancing.
But it hasn't. And that's what we're seeing. Even
No,
in
I'm saying before this.
I know, but even in episode 1, they're like, "Oh, the Republic," and you're like, "No,
everyone's fucked.
100 years ago, people were fucking getting murdered. Did you forget about that?
Well, yeah, but once this dies down, then there's 95 years. Everyone's chill.
That's my point.
The trade disputes, and they're fucking collecting taxes.
It
and
hasn't
that's
been
it.
happening, Dad's saying. People have been murdered and killed. They're the ones writing the story of history.
That's part of it, too, yeah.
So why would they say, hey, we fucked up this one time, blah, blah, blah. You know, we sold child. Soul got a hooker pregnant.
I'm saying in their hubris, the whole idea of suppressing emotion and attachment and everything, if they just exclude this little fucking failed experiment that went wrong and move on and everything is like calm and normal for 80 years, they just keep that going and just are tricking themselves into thinking that it's working, even though it's not.
They're ignoring the issue, and it comes to obviously a boiling point with Anakin.
Right, exactly.
And that's why it's so easy to topple, because no one knows what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
They're faced with like the perfect enemy that they created, and it's like,
well, Palpatine created.
You should have just gave him a fucking hug on that Thursday, Mace, instead of saying, I don't trust you. Should have been like, dude,
a Sith Lord.
That comma really pissed me off.
Returned.
A Sith Lord.
You know.
Oh, man. It's good. You know, it's... I am truly happy that we have something to talk about, because this...
I had one other thing to go into on that, and I lost it.
I hate doing podcasts and just bitching, but if that's all you're going to give us to do, that's where we're at. Go ahead.
Could talk about the 5 things I haven't played or shows I haven't watched, but it's more fun to bitch about Acolyte. Even though in this case we were kind of praising it a little bit.
The other thing that I thought when you were mindlessly rambling about some stupid shit, is when OSHA mentions getting inside of a Jedi's mind, and she says, my mother was able to do that.
Yeah.
Was she talking about Chimera at that point? Who was she referring to?
Yeah, because she was asking Yord, like, what the hell's going on? And Yord's like, I hated this line, but he was like, it's someone like we've never fought before. Like, they don't follow our rules. They don't fight like us. Shit like that. So, yeah, I think he was talking about Chimera.
So...
It's almost like
the other thing
was
was
our head or something.
The other thing that Chimera actually said was, because Soul was yelling at him to take off his mask, and he said, "What? So you can get in my thoughts?"
I noticed that too.
Chimera said that. So there's some mind fuckery going on back and forth.
Ooh.
But I thought that,
what if he's got like a Magneto thing where he's keeping motherfuckers out of his head?
Well, I mean, we see Kylo Ren do the mind fuck thing, so maybe it's some level of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, the witch straight up like held a dude hostage by his own thoughts. Like went, oh!
Flipped his eyeballs back. Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, hey, if you guys don't leave, this guy's I'm just gonna give him a fucking
little internal massage.
Yeah,
Rip his
internal
organs
massage.
out.
I'm gonna make him shit himself.
What?
And I know you guys don't wear underwear. I've seen your fucking underoos.
His robes are empty.
But yeah, I think that there might be something there. And that was the other thing I thought. Chimera, with the voice change during one of them. Let me bring it up.
No.
Let me bring it up. Because I texted you.
I won't do it. I don't want to hear about it.
So, can you bring it up?
Bring what up?
Can we listen to the audio if you bring up Disney Plus?
It'll probably self-destruct on itself, but we can try.
I can try it on here.
Yeah, just hold it up to the mic.
So if you guys aren't listening, go to 17:30, 17 minutes in, 30 seconds. There's a quote from Chimera, and his voice changes halfway through his dialogue. Let me see if I can't bring it up here as an example. It's slight, and it's like like halfway through the word is what? It's like, what the fuck was that?
I mean, I can try, but I'm not even logged in this machine.
Yeah, and I'm not on your Wi-Fi.
Fuck. Just trust us. He's Sith.
Yeah, but 17 minutes, 30 seconds in. Commandus is going to try to share his
Oh, doing it.
Wi-Fi here.
Should tell me. Should be like, hey, shit
Oh,
nugget.
that's probably because my Bluetooth isn't on.
Oh, man. It's the Wiz Palace. Just type in the Wiz Palace.
Oh, Whizzingham.
Wizingham Manor.
There it is.
There we go. For any Parks and Rec fans out there.
Okay, let's try this. Thank you for waiting. Let's see here.
I wish I had some like Jeopardy music I could play in the meantime.
Do, 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 do. All right. Nightman. Let's bring up this audio. So
All right.
17:30. It happens pretty quick, so
Just put it up to the mic. Yeah.
Stay giddy here.
Back on our deal. She exposed me. So now I have to kill every single last one of you.
Right here.
I don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules.
That's so obvious. Yeah. I don't know if that's an editing mistake, dude.
It doesn't sound like one, but when I
Although-
sent it to someone, they're like, "Nope, editing." I'm like, "Really?" I don't know.
I'm an editor in Hollywood. I know it's editing.
That also leads me to believe there is someone above Chimera.
You'd think though, if it was intentional, it would happen a couple other times.
I think it
Like
does.
as a storytelling thing, it would happen a couple times to make it apparent to the viewer, to make you notice it.
No. I think it did happen, but he had his mask on earlier when it did happen.
I have to go
So I
straight
thought it was
analysis
some
on this.
fucking feedback from his mic on the inside of his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it happens without it, that's where it caught my attention. I was like, what?
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch it again tonight.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's also,
Man.
speaking of getting in people's heads, there's also a scene where May's trying to run away, and it cuts, and it's like an apparition of Chimera is like right behind her, chasing her. It's just like a big close up on his mask, and you hear his audio, and it's just like in May's head. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
When she's running away, and it's like a horror movie, like it cuts back and forth, like she's looking over her shoulder.
Dude, one of the worst scenes
Fucking
of this
sweet.
whole fucking everything is she's faced with Chimera and she runs. She's like, fuck that. I don't know what that is. And then she just goes to this clearing and whips out her flashlight and she's looking through. And you're like, run! What are you fucking looking for?
Looking for the plot. Looking for the plot.
15 seconds of her with a flashlight that didn't do anything. And she's like, where did he
Oh,
go?
God, I don't know. What's
I don't know.
happening?
Maybe you should fucking hide or keep running? What are you doing?
Can't hide. He can just sense you in the forest, man.
Yeah.
What
I
do
did
you
like
think about that? May just keep running away.
I mean, she's a terrible human being.
You gotta obey your master.
Master. Yeah, she's running from something. Doesn't want to face. I think she's in this middle ground where she's like, obviously, I don't trust my sister. You know, all the witches that we knew are dead, and where my sister's gone, like I don't trust that fucker. And then like Soul kind of fucked me around, and I don't trust them. So she's just like running to run. She has nowhere to go. She doesn't want to be here.
Right.
So I feel like she's just like, get out. And that's where I'm surprised that she went with Soul to even do this Wookiee hunt. Yeah, I don't know.
I was talking about May. You talking about Osha?
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. They're twins.
May is running. Yeah, well, they're both running. They're both doing the same fucking thing. I think it's the equal opposite. It's she doesn't trust her demon master, who she didn't know who it was at first.
Right.
But she also obviously doesn't trust the Jedi, and that's where I think that Force link where they did start talking to each other, that's the only neutral zone. I think they did finally dip their toes into what we were suggesting, where it's just like, no, that's the only spot that both sides can trust. I don't think either of them has it in them to kill each other. So go figure it out together.
Right.
And this Parent Trap switcheroo thing. So see, I think that's the only reason why I was like hesitant on it, because it could get really fun.
Oh yeah, I
Just
expect it to. If it
the
doesn't,
standard
what's the
switcheroo.
point?
But because my mind goes up Trap and it's just like Lindsay Lohan, and I'm
I
like,
haven't seen that in so long. I forgot.
It's just like a cliche to me, but it could lead to some fun
It's
shit.
a storytelling life. We'll see what happens. I was. It makes sense, I guess, that May was running away because she's probably terrified. But I was just maybe hoping for like a bit more confrontation. Like I can't believe this. Why, just something. She just like, nope. Just books it, man.
May does
Yeah, she runs
when
away.
when
she
Chimera
realizes
shows up.
who it is.
Yeah.
By the way, we actually didn't talk about this yet, but the reveal of Chimera I thought was awesome. Because the whole time I'm like, when's the mask coming off? When's the mask coming off? And then Jackie fucking headbutts him and elbows him and breaks the mask, but you don't see it yet. and they keep fighting, and he's hidden behind Jackie as they're dueling, and then Block separates the saber, fucking kills her, and then as she falls, you see that it's him, and he's holding the pose. That was fucking very nice.
Guys,
very tastefully done.
that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
That's how you visually create suspense. Dude, someone's getting murdered, and we're watching them get murdered. We still don't see.
Yep.
And then as the murderee falls to the ground, it reveals the murderer. And it's like, dude, it's all right there. Finally, someone paid attention in class in how to fucking create
Filmmaking
goodness.
303. I wonder who directed this one compared to the others. I actually have not been looking at that.
Would it be on Disney Plus?
It'd be on IMDb. Basil. It's not hugely important, but it is slightly important.
It is. Let's see.
I mean, it's possible they directed the other ones too, and I'm just picking this one, soloing it out, singling it out because there was actual action in a space fantasy action movie. You know, one thing that does piss me off about the fans?
Lopez, Alex Garcia Lopez was episode 5. Let's see. Episode 4 was the same guy.
Okay.
Or girl. I'm not sure who Alex is.
That tells me that should have been one episode.
See, the day and night were the same person. Episode 3 was different. Episode 2 was different.
But 1 and 2 were like, they had that revenge, justice, lost, found as part of the title.
Wait.
Which is weird that they switched to like.
So 1, 2 were the same. 3 was different. 4, 5 was. So there's 3 in total so far.
4 and 5 should have been one episode. That should have been one episode. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. So.
Yeah, that could have easily
that's
been.
clearly one storyline.
Can we talk about the kind of cringy shit that happened in episode 5 with the fucking flashlight? That was so Star Wars.
It was. So, like, in a normal Star Wars setting, I feel like that would not have bothered me.
Yeah, but in this
But
epic,
the fact that murderous Chimera Rampage was killing everybody and then ended with that, it just felt very off. It felt out of the vibe of that episode.
theme-wise, it makes complete sense. Like, OSHA learned from her mistake with the fucking beetle bug.
Right.
And then use them as an advantage later on, which a bad guy would have completely ignored. Those are all just bugs. No, they don't fucking matter, but they can matter if you use them right. And it's a nice sentiment. It's a nice theme, but to visually watch the murderer just get lifted up by bugs, I was like, I'm glad it showed him like falling to the ground after he murders all of them.
Yeah, because that's not a worthy cliffhanger. If he gets floated away and then the episode cuts, we're like, oh man, did he survive? Yeah, I'm glad he just cut through him and we saw him.
Well, it also, I had to rewatch because I'm an idiot and I don't pay attention. So when Yord and OSHA were running away originally, and they looked up and heard the bug, he had to sheath his lightsaber because it was light.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that the first time until after the flashlight thing. And then I watched it for a second time. I was like, oh, well, duh. You got to turn your lightsaber off because the bugs.
Dude, that's storytelling.
The bugs.
The storytelling, man. The storytelling.
I wonder who, would they show who is doing episode 6 yet?
What I was going to say before you so rudely interrupted me is, the problem with us, not us, the two of us, but Star Wars fans, this episode on IMDb had like a 1.9 star rating before the episode even came out.
Yeah.
Stuff like that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're not doing yourself any favors. That kind of shit will basically void out actual constructive criticism about the show.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like, oh, it's just fucking haters, dude. Fucking fanboys, review bombing everything.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't feel that way about it. Like, I want it to be good, and I feel like even we're embellishing a little bit because it's kind of funny. But I am trying to, like, criticize it in a good-ish way. But the review bombing and everything, it just negates all that. It's fucking annoying as hell.
I agree.
So don't do that.
How about you just watch it first?
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy to try to go in unbiased because you can't. It's impossible.
and I feel like I'm getting slingshotted back and forth too, because I went in last show, next day, my wife's watching it, and she doesn't really usually watch Star Wars. But I sit down to watch episode 5, and I'm like, all right, you ready to watch this horrible show? Just being fucking annoying about it. And then we start it, and I'm just like, dude. And she's like, I thought you hated the show. And I was like, I did, but not anymore. And now we're amped. Tomorrow, if they bring me back down, it's going to be so fucking annoying.
But also, why would she be surprised that you would change your tone watching something brand new?
I mean, she's not thinking critically about it.
Right. I'm just saying in general.
She's just like, I thought you hated the show.
I do feel like people have that mentality, though. You said you hated it. Yeah, but I haven't seen this one yet.
True. Yeah. That's true.
I feel like people, that's where those fucking review bombers come in.
Keyboard
Nope, it's terrible. I hated everything before, so this has to be bad.
This show is ruining the economy.
And then they're going to go in expecting to hate it, and they're going to, guess what? They're going to fucking hate it.
It did make me feel good, though. I went in expecting to hate it. I'm not interested in this right now, but I feel obligated to watch it because I want to continue it through. And then it just grabbed me by the balls, and it was a great episode. So it just proved to me that, like, even if I do go in with a bad attitude, if it's fucking good, I will change my attitude.
Yeah.
It's not about, like, a mindset thing. It's like, if it's good content, I'm here, and that's it. It's that simple.
You know what I haven't noticed? The entire series is the score.
Yeah, it's been a little weak, unfortunately. It's on kind of like it almost reminds me of some of the stuff for like the Clone Wars and Rebels, where it's like got a bit of like it sounds somewhat familiar to Star Wars, but it's not standing out so stark. Like when you hear The Mandalorian,
yeah, it's
like that's so different and still so Star Wars that you can't help but like notice it. This
brings
one, I feel
you
like,
in.
just kind of sits there.
Sometimes I like where you don't have to have the soundtrack.
It doesn't have to be its own character all the time.
Exactly. The score doesn't have to carry everything. I think it's doing a fine job. Well, the only thing I'm going to say is with the most recent episode, because I think it was adding to it. I think the sound design in the fifth episode was great. There was some stuff that happened. I was like, "Ooh, I want to hear this with headphones on."
Yeah, like Chimera's fucking Batman voice.
Hey guys, what do you? Jedi really suck. Yeah, I wonder. The theories continue, man. Where do they know? Where does he know Soul from?
I totally missed that, so I'm gonna have to go and get a little juiced. Watch that.
What, you don't remember me? Or
where are the Jedi?
Where were the other drugs going? Yeah. Or is Chimera himself being controlled in a way?
Totally. I think so.
That's where I thought maybe whoever was controlling him or has control of him, their voice slipped into.
Yeah.
Because we just got done talking
Like
about people who can control other people's minds.
Vader Snoke thing in Rise of Skywalker, when Kylo goes into the cave and Palpatine starts talking, and then it cuts to Vader's voice and then to Snoke's voice. Do you remember that? I have been every voice you have ever heard.
Yeah.
And it cuts between those three. That's kind of the vibe I got when you showed me that clip for the first time. I was like, yeah, somebody's just not controlling him outright.
Right.
But it's like
there's
possessing him a little bit.
There's a darkness he's feeding on that isn't really, I
don't know, but at the same time, like, if it was just something brand new and like Chimera is the first of his kind, he doesn't have a master, he's kind of on his own and trying to start his own little lineage, would be really interesting.
The other thing is maybe because he does feel kind of cool, calm, and collected. And with the dialogue back and forth with Soul, he isn't mad, like we'd said. He's not like a fucking
like he hates Soul. He's out,
unhinged, psychopath.
He's like, this is what I have to do. You guys saw me, and now I have to kill you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I think maybe at a certain point in the fight, maybe he was slipping into that darkness, and maybe they audibly showed that with that. He's like, you guys really kind of piss me off sometimes. It started coming out of him like, I'm going to...
Yeah, his buzz is wearing off.
Yeah, how many other drugs can people do in Star Wars? Like if you, does anybody like?
What?
I want to see what kind of experimentation.
What?
I got a new one on the board, but there hasn't been an opportunity to use it, so I'm not going to hit it.
They're really mad now.
That's my favorite. That's not what I'm talking about, though. All right. Well, I hope we didn't piss you off too much. I hope you like The Acolyte. Kigo, I hope you watch episode 5. Even if you don't continue on, here's what we'll do. Every night, every Tuesday night when I watch it, I'll text you in the group chat. Just be like, all right, you should watch this one. Or no, you shouldn't watch this one.
I'll let you.
I'll let you know. I'll control your fandom for the next couple weeks. But give it a shot. If you have been with us bitching about The Acolyte and you haven't watched episode 5 yet, give it a shot. Don't think it's going to redeem the whole show, but it's just some fucking good, fun Star Wars to watch. So just watch it, dude. Please just watch it.
Good day.
Anything else? Any closing thoughts?
I'm excited for the next episode. I don't know what that means, but if they deliberate in a fucking console and nothing happens, I'm going to turn the shit off.
Kymir's got some biceps, too.